We gonna play this Schulz thing?
We should.
Okay. This is the guy Andrew Schulz who was on there like talking about wanting to privatize Social Security at one point. I don't know. I haven't seen that much of his show, but sometimes they say some stuff that's interesting. At least some of the co-hosts did, and that with that billionaire guy.
Oh yeah, Sachs or Calican or
Alright, so we're not gonna. They always go through this. Okay, so this is Sam Seder losing his mind over Andrew Schulz. Andrew Schulz must have said something on, the Trigonometry podcast. So let's go ahead and get right into the clip.
The sides switched so much. When I was younger, like Democrats were cool. They were getting their dick sucked in the office. They were like, right? They were like supportive of like hip hop music. They said, do whatever you want. Like, we don't want to be in your bedroom. They were cool with gay people. Like, it was cool to be a Democrat. Now, conservatives got 3 baby mamas. The president got 3 baby mamas. He's getting pussy left and right. Right? He's cool. He's the one saying, say whatever the fuck you want. So now conservatives have become Democrats. So I don't think I've changed. I just like the dudes that get pussy and say whatever they want. So it's very, you want me to be a Democrat again? Get some pussy. Tell me to say whatever I want.
Let me tell you something, because Sam Seder is not going to go the route that I'm going to go with this. Sam Seder, he's not going to go the route that I'm going with this. I'm telling you, Andrew Schulz is a straight up agent, because that type of talk is what people used to say in their living rooms and laugh about it. He's trying to make it mainstream. Even to say, no, I was saying it in jest, doesn't matter. You're trying to make this kind of conversation mainstream. Guys, we don't even need to what this translates to is we don't even need to look into their policies or whatever. Are they, having sex, and that's who we vote for? This is lame. It's lame because he's smarter than this. And this is why I just know he's here to water down everything. That's his whole, that to me is his mission or something. Because that's what he always does. And he's a lot smarter than this. It's insane. By the way, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
There.
That's what the politics is. Tell me to say whatever I want.
Comedy, baby.
It is really, it's just like, I'm triggered by this.
Yeah, me too.
I really am triggered by this.
What we like to do here at Trigonometry is bring in comedians that will pander to our sensibilities and call it a joke.
It is so moronic. Now, I know, we're supposed to say the R word now, that it's legal, unfortunately.
It's both legal and cool to say the R word and some gay slurs. Why not? Those are the material gains we're getting under Trump.
What I also love is that...
you could say whatever word you want to say. I don't need a person to tell me what word. If I'm a person who feels like I don't want to say a certain word, of course I want people to not use certain words, but... I don't want to control anybody's speech. I hate when they do this.
Schulz seems to have aged in reverse. He's like, what is it?
Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button. What I thought was cool when I was in junior high, I still think is exactly the same cool level of coolness.
What, having 3 baby moms? Getting laid. He's got a 12-year-old's mindset. That's why this is part of the stuff.
Do you think that he would appreciate a woman who is president who keeps getting laid?
That's what I'm trying to say. Of course not. Of course, listen to what's implicit in this. It's that Trump gets pussy, Kamala doesn't, obviously, right? Or whatever. Or back in the day, Obama was the cool guy, and then with the culture changing, he's gone with it as well. But underneath all of it is this idea that the coolness is also tied to masculinity and how much you're sleeping.
Missed the point. You see what I'm saying? Because they're so focused on masculinity, toxic masculinity, all of the terms, all of the talking points, all of the this, all of the that, that they could have had a very good argument. Because, let's keep it real. Back in the day, people did the cool thing. I get it. I do get it. That's why Bill Clinton knew to go on Arsenio Hall with his saxophone, right? And he won the election. That was the first term election that he won. He knew to play it cool. Okay, we get that. You want to be relatable. But what Andrew Schulz just said was dumb. And you should say it's dumb because it waters down a real conversation, but they want to go to the toxic masculinity and da-da-da. And it's like, dude, you guys miss the point.
Sleeping around? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, Dark Soul says, I sleep in a race car bed, a moment with Schultz.
Yeah.
But putting aside that for a moment, too, understand this happens, it feels like it happens every 5 or 6 years, where the right wing tries to convince themselves that they are now the cool anti-establishment. I mean, this happens all the time. It keeps getting recycled and recycled and recycled. 20 years ago, it was, I'm politically incorrect. And now it's I'm politically incorrect. It's just that we have a different word for it. I can say the R word or whatever, and I don't care. I mean, the Andrew Dice Clay existed. This is all just rehashed. This is literally what the reactionary mind does.
I don't think that that's true because in the 90s, I do remember that it was the Republicans who were shutting down music and all of that. They were quite conservative around that time. So I don't think this is true. I kind of want to go back to see. We don't need any music. We don't need music. I just want to see a little more of what Andrew must have said to these guys. By the way, I really don't like these guys. It's just a little bit more.
There are people that knee-jerk reaction or just how the fuck dare you, and they try to cancel you, and they do the exact same thing that maybe they were criticizing the left of doing for the last 8 years. So, and it's just humans. It's what we do, It's a Rorschach test, right? It's whatever you believe, you see. If you're somebody who is very for, free speech and you like jokes and you're not a big identity politics guy, you'll watch this show and you'd be like, yo, those two guys are the truth. They're the realest ever. I love them. Thank God they're protecting free speech. And if you're somebody who's the opposite of that, you'll watch this show and you're like, those guys are fucking Nazis and they're assholes and how dare they push this kind of rhetoric and this is what's wrong with the whole world. You're the same guys. So it's very difficult to convince somebody to.
They don't fight for free speech. This guy, another one who blocked me. I mean, it's just but they don't. Because if you're not, pro-Israel, you're immediately not even, they won't talk to you, but they'll talk about you. And tell everybody to beware of the woke right. Let's make sure that they don't get a microphone. That doesn't sound like free speech to me, too. I don't see these guys, since they're all up in American politics anyway, I don't see these guys going off about what's going on with universities and how people who write op-eds about being against Israel are literally being kidnapped. That's not an exaggeration. The anti-Semitism bills that are coming out, Trump made it clear. None of this is an exaggeration. So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that's why my videos don't move on YouTube. Please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.
Feel something different. There's that great Jonathan Haidt book. Did you ever read that? Righteous Mind or whatever? This is a perfect example. I didn't know that that's how our brains work, but now it makes perfect sense. We feel something, we retrofit a justification on it, end of story. So now we're having these like logical arguments with people who are never like reasoned into their position. It's like arguing with your wife. You know what I mean? Like, I just seriously, honestly, going to therapy with my wife has taught me everything about like communicating with people on the internet. When they feel something, like if you and you guys married, you guys have, okay, great.
I am.
You?
He's smart.
Yeah. So it's like your wife, you do something pisses off your wife, right? Now, is the smartest thing to do to like logically explain to her why she shouldn't be pissed off?
I have tried that many times.
How does that work? When you go,
not good, man.
hey, here are these data points that show why you shouldn't be angry.
Yeah, that has never worked out.
You're saying she never goes, oh, you're right. That data does make me less angry.
No, I've never heard a woman say the words "you were right" in my entire life.
That's why, like, I don't believe that Ben Shapiro's actually married. Like, how could you go, like, facts don't care about your feelings and also be married? Like, you would know that.
See what I mean? The conversation is about nothing. I mean, I haven't gone through this whole podcast. I will eventually cover this. But Andrew Schulz is first. I cannot stand. I'm sorry. Andrew Schulz is really just there to water down a conversation. So yes, what he said was dumb. It has nothing to do about masculine. I don't care that men sleep with. I don't think men should sleep with a lot of women. I don't. I do think it's bad for your soul to let all these people in, or rather, obviously it's more external for men. But still, like, I don't think that it's appropriate. Like, I think men should be treated. They should treat themselves better than that. Like the guys who are doing that, like, you don't have to do that to prove that you're a man. I'm not gonna call you a toxic masculinity. Like, come on. We missed a perfect opportunity to destroy his whole agenda, and it is an agenda. You are blessed with a huge audience, and you say some stuff like that. Well, Trump has a bunch of baby mamas. It's disgusting to me, because everybody has something to say about black people, when it comes to all that baby mamas and stuff, but now it's edgy. What? I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.